Well, hello there. Oh my god, I sounded like dreadful. Sorry, that was unintentional. Didn't mean to rip off somebody else's shtick. Hi, guys. Here we are. So I got myself up to level 16, which was 20 skill points, at which point you get to choose a mastery. I chose Runemaster earlier today when it became live. Didn't play it yet, just selected it, rearranged my skills a little bit, and we're ready to go. New content, new mastery, Rune Mastery, Roondood. So that's one of the new skills, and that's a new skill for all mages. It was added to give a fast casting, relatively low cost spell to give options, because basically you need to make combinations of frost, fire, and lightning spells to create your combos and then execute them. I'm not sure at what point you actually get the command to execute, though. There it is. Okay, so we'll put that there then for now. That's the runic invocation. There's got to be a list somewhere of what the effects are generated with the different combos, but I haven't gotten there yet. We're back to the ruined era. Last refuge, I think, the council chambers. Good evening to whomever has joined me. Hello. God, I sounded like dreadful again. I'm sorry. Good, if you're watching this, I'm not doing that intentionally. I'm not even thinking about it. It's just my brain doing its thing on its own.
May a terror smile upon you. Farewell.
My brain does its own thing, man. You know? And into the sheltered wood we go. It says entering. There we go. Only seen one little problem so far. Some of the numbers are a little blurry. The background is misset to being a gray or something instead of translucent or black. So they're a little blurry. Other than that, I haven't seen any bugs. I didn't really do any combat though, so there's that. Alright, that's the new spell. Okay, so we have cold, fire, and cold, I think. So we will fire that off at the next thing we run into. I have Revric's Blizzard, created a blizzard at the target location that deals cold damage over time and chills enemies. Does that rotate around me? Huh. We're currently throwing cold, cold, cold. Ah, okay, so that drops an AE. Currently, fire, ice. Ice. Every combo is going to do something different. I think what it's going to have to eventually be is you're going to have to pick out your combos from the options. Oh, that's pretty good too. Blizzard. Alright, how about that? Ah, okay, this thing's summoning. And I'm having a little bit of mana issues right now. I wonder if I could just stay there forever killing these things and getting small amounts of XP for them. That would be exploity. Alright, that is a fire splody. That one. Level 17. And we are now can reach Runemaster and add more points in there. Let's increase our health. Less damage taken from ignited, shocked, or chilled enemies. We're going to be turning a lot of our enemies into all three of those states. At least that's my intent. However, I'm not sure how reliably you can get into all of the various states. Because if you have, like, one spell that's for fire, ice, and lightning each, that's 3 of your 5 buttons right there. You're going to want a movement one, that's 4. And then you've got your combo. And basically, you're really limiting your options. So if you want access to all of the various combos, you kind of need 3 skills just for that. And so, with the Runic Invocation, the finisher, you're leaving yourself just 1 for a movement skill and nothing for defense. So, I'm not sure if that's going to be realistically feasible. I'm not so far impressed with the ice ball. It's okay. But it's early, you know. I leveled up on a Fireball and Elemental Nova. The Fireball wasn't bad once you got Ignites and AE Ignites going, where it would spread Ignites onto other mobs. It was working pretty well for that. And I was using Disintegrate for single target. So I believe, interesting, that went. Currently my Elemental Nova is doing fire and ice, but not lightning, but I am going to be adding lightning to that rotation too. The next skill point I get. For anyone who might not be familiar with the game, let me actually move my microphone. Just to punish you by making you listen to me a little more clearly. The big selling points are really, really good crafting. Every skill has its own spec. So for instance, here for Elemental Burst, Elemental Nova, where it can change add damage, change the way it functions, change its elements, all kinds of stuff depending on your build and what the skill is. I have an ice beetle. Alright, that's doing a reasonably okay amount of damage. Didn't I lower the cost on that one? Or I am going to be lowering the cost on that one down to very inexpensive for the ice ball. Alright, something big and bad over there. Exactly what's causing the mana issues. I perhaps should pay a little closer attention, and I might know. I hope that Runic Invocation does cost. That's a little disappointing, I have to say. I was kind of hoping you'd get free cash outs on that, but maybe that's a bit much to hope for. So the Blizzard or equivalent seems pretty good. We do have another point to spend here. Put 3 in there. We definitely want to lower the cost. I have 3 in there for freeze rate multiplier and critical chance. The base crit chance on the spell is significantly higher with that. Mana intensive if you're using the finisher alone, the Runic Invocation. I'm going to keep referring to them as gambits, though. Guild Wars, not Guild Wars, Lord of the Rings Online has a similar mechanic for one of their classes, the Warden. Has 3 skills they can cast in various combinations, and then a finisher to generate an additional effect. Ooh, we have a unique item. So, I have a large selection of items I've socked away in playing the game previously. So I equipped this guy with a couple of the uniques. This and this. Oh, there was a helm as well. No, sorry, it was this. It was the cloak and the gloves, both of which are good for elemental damage. And I then got both as drops shortly thereafter. So I now have the 2 I'm wearing, and there's also a couple in the inventory, the stash. These I'm wearing because they have +3 to all attributes, which is nice, but I'm actually looking for better rings, and so this may, in fact, oh no. Movement speed isn't bad. Haste for a second on hit, but it's attack speed, bow attack speed. Health regen's not bad. 100% critical strike with 3rd strike of flurry. That's not a skill we elementalists, or mages and runemasters get. Blizzard from that you get for the finisher. I'm going to assume that's PvAOE. No, it's aim. Okay, good. Means I can drop it on mobs and mock them as they die from far. So if you want, as a Runemaster, you can just basically do nothing but ice skills, and then only thing you'll ever use Runic Invocation for is dropping that big blizzard on stuff. It seems like a underuse of the mechanic, but that's the kind of build that may just work. A lot of times degenerate builds work in ARPGs. Ding 18. This is giving me health and less damage taken from ignited, shocked, or chilled. Over here, we're now, all three elements are now whacking things with Elemental Nova. Elemental Nova's whacking all three things. All things with all three elements. There we go. English them hard. What are you? Stop shooting crap at me, you jerks. He's still shooting. There's more of them. There's more jerks. So the game is still in early access. I've owned it for several years. And every patch has brought significant improvements every step of the way. Let's see if we've got any improvement here. Those are crafty bits. You have a separate crafting. These are the runes, the glyphs, and these are the shards. And there are lots of them. And I have as many as 244 armor shards. Also, hey, Path of Exile, GGG, Chris Wilson, this little button here, yeah, screw you. Not that I'm bitter. He's really, really bitter. Okay, that's fair. Increased physical damage does nothing for me. The critical strike chance not bad, and a couple of resist. I think it's probably time to start weaning myself off of the stat buffs. Cold, damage over time, and freeze rate multiplier. Necrotic spell. Necrotic, no. Throwing damage. I'm throwing spells. Does that count? No. No. Okay. Then never mind. Nope. 5 int. 15 ward per second. Spell damage, lightning damage, chance to slow, and lightning resist. Sold. Here's my chest, my stash. Another nice thing about it, oh yeah, GGG, to buy it with in-game cash, in-game gold. I'm picking on GGG right now. Their game is terrific, by the way. PoE, I've played an enormous amount and have been playing a lot lately, too. So, but it has its pain points, for sure. Oh, I did want to do a quick check and see if anything else is opened, caster-wise, amongst my collection of unique weapons. As you can see, this is one of these two is the one I got. It's an earlier drop late last night. As I wanted to level the character up so I could just start today, the stream. Pick my mastery and go. And anything in here? No, that's melee stuff. Melee stuff. How primitive.
I need something. Can you say it again?
Something woke up my Amazon voice recognition
I can
device.
pre-order everyday items, track your deliveries, and to
Alexa,
your
cancel. Jesus H. fucking Christ. Pardon my French. I didn't want her to hear me. She was really sensitive. I have no idea what set her off, by the way.
Greetings. Farewell. Who are you?
I'm going to defeat some void horrors. It seems much slower than it used to be when you would click on a doorway and you'd instantly go to the splash screen. It seems to be a significant delay now. Don't know what that was. Look cool though. So right now we're on lightning, fire, and ice. Big AE blastorama around me. Now we're on 2 ices. Not an impressive amount of damage out of that. Ooh, that was cool. Don't know what it was, but it was cool. We frozen. That's a void horror. That's 1. They are moving, okay. Well, one of them's right here. If we can get there in time. Come get some! Sorry guys, I'm trying to catch a void horror. Nothing personal. Ow. Another void horror. Got him. I have something that was giving me a bunch of ward per second or something. What am I thinking? I missed something somewhere. Okay, well we got all the void horrors taken care of. Whoops. Ah, nice. Okay. That was what happens when I fire off a number of rounds of Elemental Nova, which does all 3 elements at once, but I think it kind of, unless what I read isn't accurate, which is likely given the fact that it was on Reddit, which was that it puts like all 3 up in a particular order, or maybe like 2 of them in a particular order. So for instance, no, it looks like it rotates between the 3 of them, but in a particular order. Right, so that was lightning, fire, and then ice. More mana off, please. That was very timely, because nothing seems to be dying the way I wanted it to. Very nearly croaked there. But since I'm kind of ad hocing a build on my own here, it's going to suck. I'm not intimately familiar enough with the mechanics to sort of wing one and come up with anything that's going to be any good. Ah, I have seen that one. The rotating beams of death. Kind of liked it. That's an AE around there. I like that a lot. I think that had me shooting ice blasts in whichever direction I was holding down my attack button. Drops a thing that shoots beams of death at everyone it doesn't like. Okay. I do have a good chunk of ward up. So something is throwing ward on me. Ward is just like a shield. Does look like 53 is the level at which it's decaying as quickly as it's growing. Oh, I thought she was dead. And a great big undead lich dude. The last Imperial. I will spare you any of the storyline stuff. I don't consider it especially compelling. That's pretty good, though. Increased XP on kill. Oh, chest. Need to destroy the soul repositories. I think there's 3 of them around on this map to get past the enormous dead dude. He's still kicking. No, he's not. Now he's dead. Used Fireball. So, I will swap Fireball out for Disintegrate for single target at range. Although the range isn't that great. Fools. Damn it. Hey, quit with the quick flipping. That's just cheating. Pardon me. those dudes show the extreme unfriendliness to give off poison when they croak. Whoop. This one. Lots of ward there. Interesting. Not sure what was developing all the ward that I had there. Ward's the small number above the life pool. The inevitable life pool indicator. The red orb, not to confuse with the blue orb that we get in all ARPGs. I believe it's federally mandated. The soul repositories are destroyed. Mind you, repositories, not suppositories, although, maybe. They looked big, but who knows? Okay. We've got our 5th point now, so this will give us Flame Rush, a movement skill, which we can definitely use. And it's a fire skill as well, so. This opens up the 2nd tier now. We can't, our next points can't be spent here because 1 point is required to be spent here first. So there is a sort of a hierarchy as you move across. If there is an incoming line to a skill, you have to take the appropriate number of points from the preceding skill. We now have Flame Rush. Well, let's go ahead and... Alright, that's as far as we can reduce the mana cost in this area. Let's see, next up, chance to slow. That's the freeze rate. Trying to figure out where to go next in here. A higher chance to freeze based on the crit chance. That makes it not so much damage as it is just CC. This is if you're... I like the name on this one, Glamdring. Up here, more damage. And hits have a chance to inflict frostbite. I like the frostbite chance. That's a cold damage over time. So we're going to be heading here next, I think. Back to the cultists' camp. Cultists. Obviously they're friendly. No one ever calls bad guys cultists. Let's transfer our crafting items. And sort our items just because we can to thumb our nose at GGG. I have to say, personally, I would like to see the kind of inventory Tetris we have to do in all of these games done away with, as I think it is wasteful. Minion health. Minions. Pff, minions. Melee damage. Like I'm ever going to hit anything with a melee attack. Granted, there is actually a melee skill that adds to your mana. Sentinel helmet. I'm not a sentinel. I can't wear it. Won't even fit on my head. Because I'm a caster, of course, we're very thoughtful. And int is our primary skill, and our heads are enormous. It's, you know, it's possible that's not entirely accurate. Spell damage, spell cost. We're going to do a little crafting on that, I do think. Nope. Ooh, fire resist. We'll hold on to that. You can craft anywhere, which is nice. And the crafting is really good. It is, in large part, deterministic. So, you can see we've got 2 prefixes, 1 affix. You can have a total of 4 affixes, generally speaking. That. You can choose a modifier here as to what you want to add. So, say we currently have those, and if we want something on the suffix side, we'll actually skip. None of those are particularly enticing. That's okay. We click here. We have a total of 19 forging potential. Every time we do a craft, that will go down, unless you use this, which gives you a chance of it not going down at all. And basically, you increase tiers. The numbers here are the number of the shards we have to do these various crafts. You can also re-roll an affix. We don't want to do that here. And over here, you can shatter items to get some of the affixes out. Re-roll the values of affixes. Remove a random affix. So it does have a good number of crafting options. We're going to go ahead and... So currently the spell damage is 17%. Lightning damage is 19%. We lost 7 forging potential, and now it's 25% spell damage. That's as high as we can increase this up to tier 3 now at the level I currently am at. And that gets a 43% increased spell damage. And that's how you craft, in a nutshell. It's not completely deterministic, but a good chunk of it is deterministic, actually. My current resists in elements are pretty good, except on cold. Let me see, I'm going to look for a couple of small... There are these idols, more idle space will open up, and these are sort of supplementary items that I don't think you can do any crafting onto. Alright, that's an additional health regeneration and physical resistance. Again, I've got stocks of stuff. Wrong. I clicked the wrong thing. There we go. That'll do for now. Now we need to head down here, and this is... defeat Olkos the Betrayer? Not sure. Anyway, we've got a quest down here. So down we go. Again, the shift in the screen over to the splash screen was a lot faster before. So now I'm clicking multiple times sometimes when I enter a doorway or the equivalent thereof. Nothing creepy going on here, unless you count the everything. I didn't like that one. That was a thing you drop down that would blow up after a few seconds. That seemed not especially useful. That combination of elements. Now we are... Oop, got away. Haha. Sharad you are. Fools. Yeah, that's not a bad combo right there just by itself. I'm not doing anything else with it. I don't think I have the mana to make it last for, especially to make that to be sort of the main rotation. Didn't even, just unthinkingly tried to use my movement skill that I'm used to having assigned from all of my other ARPGs, and this one when I have a movement skill, and I moved myself out of trouble without even thinking about it. Yay, I like Flame Rush. Movement skills are really significantly important. A void centipede. Who doesn't like a void centipede? Oh yeah, everybody just loves them. I'm just sort of randomly spamming the runic invocation skill when I feel like it, and I have enough mana to see what we get. Oh, that's different. That's new. Before you is an altar made by the cultists who live in the docks. A large cultist has been crucified with a glowing object embedded in his chest. Well, that just sounds dreamy. I'll take the symbol of hope. Okay, this is new. Return to the cultist group. Well, let's go ahead and open a portal and return to the... That was... Okay, it did work. You see, I'm used to it snapping immediately into the splash screen. And that didn't happen that time, obviously. Where's everyone? I'll head there now. I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, so I mean, I think that's got to be something that needs a fix. You need immediate, obvious, a little note up there saying, you know, moving to is not sufficient. Especially when I went through the portal and got no visual notification for like 3 seconds. So that needs fixing. Preparation, yeah. Preparation E. Elemental. I'm kidding.
Yes.
Excellent work. We expected no less. Did you find both relics? I have them right here. Now observe, the souls trapped in the phylactery are scared of us, scared of the oblivion of the void. See how they strain, reaching for the symbol of hope? And we free them? For the final pieces, the void scours the hope from this world. Our bodies will be used as a sacrifice that we may become one. Damn it! How about if we hit him with 3 lightnings in a row? Ah, nice, nice. We'll just let him blizzard to death. Similar as to what's happened with D4 being blizzarded to death. D4 bad. Sorry. It's a meme. It's a meme in the PoE community. D4 bad. See? It tells me that it's entering. Okay, that was faster into the splash screen. Still don't have much in the way of cool item drops, yo. Alright, we're going into into the abandoned tunnel. That was faster. Good, good. Blood spells and the bleed ailment deal physical damage. Blizzard is what you get from 3 iterations of cold spells. You throw 3 spells. Fools. Fools. Impressive visually. Not sure how great it is, given that it spreads out in all 3 directions. Situational. That was that one again. Yeah, not nuts about that one. Looks like a really big explosion it gives off. Might be good for like boss kiting and stuff. But for general utility, not so much. Nice, like that one. Linear 3 blasts, 1 of each element. You'll note also 1 click picks up all of the crafty bits in a single go. One of the very, very nice quality of life that certain games, which will remain PoE, could certainly use. Here, let's see, so far we've got that, increasing our chance of freezing and reducing the mana cost. More elemental damage, slightly larger. Yeah, let's go with that. Oh, that's a rune prison. It's one of the new additions to the game. Basically, there's a badass mage that's been trapped in there, and we're going to let him out and kill him, and hopefully he's going to drop so much fat loot that it's going to blow my tiny little mind. And yes, it's pretty tiny. Let's see, we can't go there. Although int is always good. Rune of Renewal, that's health regen, mana regen. Over here we've got critical chance, 12% per point, and at the 5-point bonus, you gain Runeward Cataclysm for 6 seconds, which gives you more damage multiplicative. Buff doesn't stack. So realistically, we want to go 5 in there, we can go 1 there, more mana, cast speed, and start piling up additional int. Over here we've got more health, again with a one of the things they have seem to have a lot in here is the bonus in a lot of the skills, where you hit a certain number of points. Like here, it's 5 points and you get a bonus. Here, it's 6 points in this, you get a bonus, which is a cool mechanic. It does require you to focus a little more, but you get additional benefits in addition to just whatever the base stat is. In that case, it would be health. You get it up to 6 points there, and you get you gain ward over time, and bonus ward over time if you have 60 int. This is mental catalysis, intelligence with a catalyst. While using a catalyst, you have additional intelligence. Take reduced bonus damage from crits. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with 1 here, and then we'll start putting some points in there. And we are going to sealed and temporarily displaced for dangerous arcane experiments. That's not good. Well, I'm not doing anything. I'm pressing buttons, but nothing's happening. This, I would describe as, seems like it's a bug. I have gotten into a bug. I was wondering if I'd lost connection. Interesting, though, that the NPC was still functioning. He's running around and doing stuff. What that does mean, however, is we lost our cool little mini encounter. I continue to have this problem. I do not seem to be in the majority. I get it occasionally. Doesn't happen all the time. Maybe on average about once every hour and a half or 2 hours, it seems like. But it is really disheartening when it happens. I mean, I was in the middle of something cool there and nada. So that sucked and blowed. Sucked and blowed. So that sucked and blew. One of them. At least one of them. That is really my only complaint about the game, is I continue to get those. Ever since they brought out the online play. I've never had that problem when playing offline. Which isn't surprising. Don't really have to talk that much to the server. It's not that important. So currently it's lightning, ice, and fire. Well, I wonder if he'll be there when we get back. I have to doubt that he's actually going to be there. He was right over here previously, I do believe. That guy has the resurrection affix on him. So he came back from the dead with Half-Life. Cold lightning. Protective Mud Harvester of the Lizard. Fumes on death. I frequently emit fumes too, but not on death. Think you can sneak up on me? I don't think so. Silly spooters. So that puts out a big chaining bolt of lightning. Yeah, the Ice Claw isn't bad. The damage on it is kind of underwhelming. But then I think part of it is meant less as a pure damage skill and more as a cold skill you can put in your rotation to get the effects you want. For the execute gambit skill, I'd say. As that would be what it is in Lotro. Fools. Evidently, my character thinks everyone else is a fool. It just seems like it. Pretty contemptuous of everyone else. One thing it does have is if I need the blizzard effect quick, I can generate it quick. Ah, okay, so that's what you get from 3 lightnings in a row, is it gives you sort of a static ball. I definitely look forward to reading the list of all of the various skills that the Runemaster can generate with his primary. Okay, pretty good. Like that one. Oh, nice, nice. And finally, we are getting close to the door. I want to do a test on that. On our movement skill. I think I remembered reading something about the longer you hold it. Ah. Okay. Cool. Like that. That didn't seem to do massive amounts of damage, sadly. Because that... Oop, we've got another dude locked up in a thing, I think. Yes, we do. Oh, here we go. We're going to try it again. Hopefully, crash. Oh, look at you, your teleport abilities, Mr. Fancy Pants. That one's going to hit him hard if he stays there. He moved out. Oh, he may have moved back in time. Stay there, just stay there. Oh, we drop a Shade's Experimental Male Bracers of Embers and Frost. Increased cast speed, fire resist, cold resist, and the special ability of dodge rating and endurance threshold if you've not been hit recently. The threshold is kind of a complicated one to describe. Endurance threshold, so... Is there another one in there? No. Okay, it just stays there. It's fine. Another level. An eviscerating, shattering pike of blinding. That's exactly what I wanted for Christmas. Kind of like that one. That was pretty good. Let's head back to City Council chambers. How are they hitting me? I'm supposed to be entering. That seems to me to be a not great state. That particular thing. Arcane Boon. Intelligence and ward per cast, per direct spell cast, or spell cast. It's not really clear. I think we were heading up here next. Do just more damage. That's the base crit. Also increases the freeze rate multiplier. Yeah, we'll max out the base crit on that. Let's look at selling stuff.
Yes.
Hi there. That's the experimental. So throwing damage. Technically, no. Elemental, increased critical strike chance. I mean, that's not bad, but I would have to give up that and the concomitant intelligence. It's got more int, fire damage, lightning resistance. That one's got lightning damage and spell damage. That's better. Ring, mana regen, damage over time, block effectiveness. Block is not my deal. I don't think this is especially good for this build, so I wonder what happens if we shatter it. So we've got a tier 1, or one tier 1. We've got a tier 2, tier 1, tier 1. At most we could get out, theoretically, would be 1, 2, 3, 5 shards, but I doubt these come out as shards. But we'll find out. They did not. That doesn't mean they never do, because that's a random function when you shatter as to which goodies you're going to get out. Anything new available here? Or here? Doesn't look like it.
Follow your feet.
No quests to turn in here. We'll go back to where we were then. The Shattered Valley. Alright. Well, we need to find the Lost Refuge, which is up there. Really, they need to fix this. New patch today, so it's going to have things. We need to get an immediate switch to the splash screen. The abandoned tunnel. That's not the one I just went into? I thought it was. I didn't go to the last refuge, though. So, I guess not. Fastest thing in the world. Hi. That's a dead end, turns out. So that's when you've got to kind of get a feel for how far you're going to travel before you get to Splody Zone. This is the map I just went through, I think. I should have gotten to the Lost Refuge, but I never did. sure what to make of that. Pretty good one. Alright, there's big rotating beams. As I said, I've seen that a couple of times in that sort of the demos and stuff. These guys are ugly. They are not good news. I have no potions right now. I should be careful. Potion drops would be welcome, thank you. Doesn't happen very often to run low on potions. Happened right now. But we're potioned up again. Shrine me. Movement, attack, and cast speed. That's a little better. One thing I think is slightly problematic about it is it makes you want to preload. So for instance, I'm currently showing, one ice. Now I'm showing 3 ices. Guess what I've got access to? So you do want something cheap just so you can preload. Cheap and fast. Mana cheap and fast. I'm just spitballing, but creatures that freeze to death, maybe they shouldn't explode into poisonous vapors. One of the nice things they have in PoE is shattering. Oops, one of these guys again. I didn't think he was within range of that splody. I was wrong. I splodied real good. You also do have to lead the mobs, which is kind of cool, if it's ground targeted. Freeze, punk. Lost Refuge. There we go. That's where I was headed. Ooh. Taste of blood. It's a melee weapon, I saw that. Melee fizz, health gain on kill, chance to bleed on melee hit, that's pretty good. Increased bleed duration when you hit a bleeding enemy with a melee attack, all bleed stacks. Double in speed. That seems like a pretty good bleed weapon, I have to say. I gots to say. I have no choice. I would be lying if I pretended it were anything other. Shrine me. Affix shards. A loot shrine, in other words. Pick them all up. I really like the visual on that one, gotta say. It's impressive. A flaming impaler. Sounds fun, but I've done that on a weekend or two. Not really. Open the tome. Flip through it. Completed this. We'll head back to home base for now. And I'm going to AFK for a second, refill my coffee cup. Be right back. Howdy do, howdy do. Once again, I remembered to turn off the AFK sign. Go me.
May I tear a smile upon you?
Alright, more int and more ward, I think. Oh, I had a lot of points just sitting there waiting for me. And that has opened up the next tier. Health. Ignite chance with fire skill, shock chance. Yeah, I like that one. As significant chance to chill, shock, and ignite. And especially since I'm currently using an attack that does all three, chance of getting one or more of those is good. And if they're in one of those states, at least I take less damage. We did get another one added, that's right. I wonder what we get. For Runic Invocation. Alright, I haven't even looked at this. This is all of the skill tree for Runic Invocation. Interesting. All the way out here, we've got Elemental Starfield. Whenever you cast Runic Invocation, you also cast up to one of each type of Elemental Nova that you can cast directly. Each unique rune that you have when casting Runic Invocation represents a different Elemental Nova. So if you have, you know, Ice, Fire, and Lightning currently runed up, you'll get a Nova of each type. But it consumes mana equal to the Elemental Nova's mana cost. That would be a big hit. First of all, we've got grants ward per rune consumed. And refund some of its mana cost, so we can get up to 40 ward when we push the button and fire off the Runic Invocation. And also, it will cost a lot less. 40%. Over here, Runic Invocation deals more damage multiplicative per rune consumed, so 3, 6, or 9% per point, so that'd be up to 36%, which is a big chunk multiplicatively. Transcriber of Power. After casting Runic Invocation, you gain additional spell damage and cast speed for a short duration. The buff scales with the amount of runes consumed. So if we have 3 runes up, buff lasts 3 seconds longer. Spell damage 24. Cast speed 24%. Or 32, sorry. 32%. So assuming we head over here, we're getting ward and mana refund. Rune Slinger. Increase cast speed when directly casting an invocation. You gain ward equal to a portion of your current mana. Huh. That seems good. Word of Raye. Invocation include at least 1 Ra rune, that's fire. Have a chance to ignite enemies and deal additional spell damage. Glyph Carver's Dominance. Invocations that deal damage in an area now deal damage in a larger area. Not sure I feel about that one. Over here, Elementalist Call. When you directly cast Runic Invocation, the next non-channeled elemental spell you cast penetrates enemy elemental resistances and deals damage in a larger area. When you consume runes with a skill other than Runic Invocation, there's a way of doing that? I didn't know. Inscribed Patterns. Runes now provide you with passive effects while you have them. That's a reason to use. Lightning. You gain ward. Mana regen from fire, ward from lightning. Freeze rate multiplier. So, if you triple up on freeze, you're going to gain a lot. I'm getting what? 24 per point. So 24% freeze, and then 3 runes would be 72% increased freeze rate multiplier. You get a lot of freezing done. If you have 3 runes and you drop that blizzard on them, Runic energy. Every second you go without casting a runic invocation, you gain a stack of runic energy up to maximum. Invocations consume all runic energy to deal more damage. Maximum stacks, 3 per point. And then it doesn't scale. Runic energy stacks per second. Okay. Copied scrolls. Runic invocation has a chance to be repeated per stack of runic energy. Oh, okay. Now that would be a reason to go for runic energy and gain stacks of it. And then you can gain multiple copies of the same spell, iterating. Ooh, multiple blizzards. 3 runes. Your combination of runes changes without casting an invocation. You gain runic energy. Oh, so if you spam through casting regular spells, you build up more and more runic energy. That's an interesting mechanic. Maximum runic energy is tripled, but bonuses per runic energy are halved. Runic Energizer. A bunny! Sorry. Described patterns. Word of Hailrot. That's the cold one. Invocations that include at least 1 hail rune have a chance to chill enemies and have a higher chance to freeze them. Author of Arcana. Directly casting runic energy refunds its mana cost, and it deals more damage, multiplicative, but it now has a cooldown when cast this way. 12 seconds. That's a pretty big hit. Whenever you gain a rune, instead of it depending on the type of skill cast, it always results in your sequence of runes mirroring the first 3 skills on your action bar. That's a good one. So you build up, you put the 3 skills on your action bar, and every time you gain a rune, it always results in a sequence of runes mirroring those. So that'll give you spell 1, spell 2, spell 3, and or any spell, and it builds up 1, 2, 3. That's an interesting one. Elemental lore. Runic invocation penetrates elemental resistances per point of int. There's an int stacking mastery. Gain runes faster while channeling. So if you're going to use a channeling spell like the travel, the flame rush, you would gain your runes faster. Unbridled ruin. Runic invocation deals more damage multiplicative per rune consumed. Very solid. Over here we've got Transcriber of Power. After casting runic invocation, you gain additional spell damage and cast speed for a short duration. Word of Lagon. Include 1 Gone rune. That's the electrical bzzzt, shock chance and critical strike chance with Gone rune. Enigma. Whenever you directly cast an invocation, you blink to the target location first, but runic invocation now has a cooldown. Not nuts about that one. Fortunately, that's an option. You would have to go around here, though, if you want to continue down here. Adept rune scribing. Runic invocation has a shorter cooldown. That can be up to 32%, which would drop the 12 seconds here, down to 8. Over here, we've got Consolidator. While you have 3 runes in your combination of runes, and your combination of runes changes without casting, runic invocation's remaining cooldown is reduced. Okay, so you can get around the 8 second if you stack that up by spamming skills. Devastating Starfile. Runic invocation deals more damage per type of rune. That's obviously good if you're doing a lot of 3-color combos. Cosmic Mind. When you cast an invocation using a sequence of 3 different runes, you gain ward per point of intelligence. That's pretty good. Whenever you cast a runic invocation, you also cast up to 1 of each type of elemental override. We did that one. And over here, Stride to Safety. When you directly cast, you leap backwards a short distance, hovering in the air for a moment. In this state, you take less damage, and directly casting invocation deals more damage, both multiplicative with other modifiers. War Mage's Initiative. When you directly cast runic invocation, now leap forwards instead of backwards. And this one is, during the leap, you also cast the invocation corresponding to your first rune, consuming its mana cost. Interlude. Alright, well, I think I like this one. Rune Slinger. Invocation cast speed when directly casting. Invocation and mana gained as a ward. What is that? Deal damage in area, not deal damage in a large archer. Yeah, that one was fire. A little bit of fire, Scarecrow. Sorry. More ward, I think. There we go. Took me a bit of thinking, but I got my thinking done. I had to put on my thinking cap, which is more of a thinking yarmulke because it's really small.
Yes.
Increase melee attack speed, cast speed. Freeze rate multiplier. That's a lot of freeze rate multiplier. Good resistance, a little bit of dodge. Right now, the elemental damage leached as health seems really good to me. And the resists are good. I will hold on to that one, though. On the other end, this has freeze rate multiplier, healing effectiveness, and health regen. That's health. A little bit of fire damage, but not much. Health regen. That's melee. Yeah. Melee. Yeah. I like. Cast speed, crit strike, necrotic resistance, chance to ignite. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? That's a ringing endorsement for your new item. Sure, why not? Makes sense to me. Well, what do I know? Answer, not much. Don't believe him. One of these days I'll organize my stash. No, we won't. Defeat Ulakos the Betrayer in the Upper District. Ulakos the Betrayer in the Upper District. Why do I not remember him at all? Well, we can just go right there. Let's go right there and let's see if we can find him. Ulakos the Betrayer? I don't remember an Ulakos the Betrayer. Gotta say. Could be new content. I don't seem to have a quest marker as to how to find him, though. What's up with that? The Betrayer, and no quest marker on the map. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to know what's going on or not. Ulakos the Betrayer, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't seem to care for the ice much. Easier than expected. Let's real quick head back to town then. See that? Clicking on the town portal and not getting immediate feedback is not good. That's got to get fixed. 12 spell damage. Melee cold, increased fizz. Those are not stats for me.
Yes.
Real quick check. Anything else open up here? That one? That one. Chance to ignite on melee hit. Melee. It's so barbarous, you know? 200 armor, increased armor, necrotic damage if you've been hit, cast speed. That's a lot of armor. 282. Right there we have potions, minion health, and a little bit of dodge. I have to say it's better than that. My belt is kind of, well, I hesitate to say shit because it's going to make the belt feel bad about itself, and I don't want the belt to feel bad about itself, but it should. That's necrotic spells. That's that's more necro stuff. We don't do that around here. We're elemental. We're in tune with the elements.
Yes. Follow your feet.
Enter the Time Rift. The Temple of Terror. Where's the other freaking Time Rift? I don't remember. Did I miss it? I don't think so. I'm talking to myself. It is day one of a patch, though, so there are going to be a few issues. But the splash screen thing is kind of... Alright, I think that is the side quest, which should be the Time Rift. The sort of blue-gray question mark is side quest. The sort of goldish one is primary quest. And there we are. I was correct. Think you can fool me? Is that what you think? Okay, well, actually, yeah, I'm pretty easy to fool, realistically. Yeah. I like the range on the Frost Claw. Hulking overgrowth. Hulk overgrow. We hit a level there. If we drop 6 points in there, that's going to give us a lot of ward. I'm going to roll that point back when I get back to town. I misread it. That's a flat bonus you get after you've put a bunch of points in. So that's not as much as I was thinking. Where were we? Over here. Multiplier, more damage. Yeah, damage in area. That's what we were going for. Thing is, they got so many different things and they all look good. A lot of hit points on that chunker. So I am still kind of winging it. I think what you'll want to do with the class is you'll want to pick out the runic invocation results that you want and then build the skills around that. So, for instance, if you want the blizzard, then you're going to want to be throwing cold spells all the time. Or maybe you want to keep using Elemental Nova, but only want to use one element. I'm currently using all three. You can set it from 1 to 3. By default, I think it uses all 3 initially, and then you can turn on an additional ability for each one, which turns it all off the others unless you've also turned them on. And who doesn't want to turn them on? That is something you don't want to be in the middle of when it goes off. In fact, he's chilled so much, it's making this relatively easy. Freeze! Freeze! We didn't quite freeze. No, we did. I would like to return to my previous time and location. So, other than 1 DC, is this where I want to be? It is, okay. Yeah. And the issue with the splash screens, games seems to be in good shape. This is where we came in, right? We joined. We made another journey through time. It is a clever element in the game, the time travel element. They only really sort of show it off a couple of times. There's a quest where a guy locks himself behind a door, and eventually you travel to the future, and you go to that same location, and the door is open, and you go upstairs, and you get the key off of his dead body. You go back in time to when he was making fun of you, open the door, go and kill him, and leave the body there with the key on it. So you can pick it up later. So they don't do a whole lot with it. It's kind of the end game mechanic, is you're basically going back in time to like alternate timelines and stuff. But they only do that sort of funny but gimmicky bit, at least only once that I'm aware of, off the top of my head, where you have to play around in the timelines. I'm not sure how much you could do with it, though, that wouldn't be a gimmick, basically. Ooh, set item. Health regen is nice. Void resistance, certainly fine. Endurance threshold. Chance to taunt nearby enemies when you stun an enemy. This is... I do not think that's a particularly strong one for me. Nice regen, though. Regen makes it quite tempting. And the void resist, obviously. hate nests. I hate mob generators in pretty much all of the ARPGs out there. They're just annoying, that's all. They annoy me. Granted, I am pretty easily annoyed. Additional damage and the frostbite. Yeah, we want to be able to inflict some delicious frostbite on them. Cold dot damage, baby. Like that. What I do like about this is I think that if you pick out the runic invocation skills you want, and then you then build from there, I think will be a real strong point. Instead of building around your main skills, you're building around invocation or a couple of different invocations, and then the skills to support it. I think that's the logical way to build the mastery. Probably this way, but I don't know. We'll find out. Another level for me. I want to get that point back sooner or later. Using a traversal skill. Yeah. I want to yoink that one back and slap it in there. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Psych. He comes running up to hug the flaming ball, and it goes exploding on him. I'd say what a burn, but that would be cruel. This away. Not bad. Just as that is there. Oh, these guys are throwing unpleasant spells and they respawn pretty much kind of endlessly. That's pretty good. I've got to start using that. Occultist Assassin's Ritual Stake of something. I could certainly see using that traversal skill with a melee attack. Because ideally you're moving to where they are and giving off the earth-shattering kaboom. shame that you can't use it with Spellblade. Actually, it is a shame. Seems to me that would be really good with Spellblade as a way of closing the gap. Holy crap, that didn't finish him. I thought for sure the Splody was going to finish him, but it was off. I appear to have overestimated the power of the Splody. Whoa! I've never seen that. That was a double unique drop. That was weird. Cool, but weird.
I am not a man of many pockets.
I am not a man of many pockets. So I now have 2 of these tastes of blood. They are one-handed. It says unique, but I bet you could use 2. Well, I'm not sure if that's one of the new uniques they've added. Probably. If I got 2 of them in this patch, it's probably one of the new uniques. In which case, that's the kind of development that makes you want to start a new build, you know? Like, oh, okay, got a new unique. That's cool. One-handed axe seems pretty cool. A lot of bleeding. All right. I got a second one. Oh, I could make a build out of that. Dual unique axe wielding bleed build. What skills would I have to use?
I am not a man of many pockets.
I think I am a man of many pockets. See? You just had to empty one of the pockets out. A couple of chests here. Oops, we've got another upgrade. Oops, there we go. Void-fused bear. Evidently bear are really tough because they're about the only void-fused animals you see. There are a number of void-fused people, but who knows? They probably embraced the void because humans are weird. It's a weird UI thing. I get occasionally where it seems like a skill kind of sticks in the on position. That is very pleasant. Get out. It did it. It stuck again. As long as I do the pound, pound, pound cast, I'm keeping up a lot of ward, which is good defense. So we got him. The Temple of Itera. Pop. Back Crispies. Yeah, I didn't trust it. It looked funny. Let's head back to the council chambers real fast. I think we've got one quest to turn in there. I want to respec one point at the same actual person, so that's convenient.
Greetings.
Extra. We want to respec 1 point. It'll cost me 140 gold. I'm broke. Oh my god. What are we gonna do, guys? And there.
Do not dwell on regrets.
I will not dwell on regrets, because she told me not to. Well, we now have 2 tastes of blood. I'm assuming it's one of the new uniques. Dual wielding those, that would give us, they each have, let's see, 23 and 30, 53 additional melee fizz, 30 gain on health between the two, 116% chance to bleed on melee hit, and 30% increased bleed duration. Yeah, that sounds like that could be fun. Oh, and we have a slab.
Yes.
It's a personal problem. The doctor says it's fine. It's not going to turn out to be anything real. Let's see. Void. Spell void damage. So that's got 14 spell damage, 21 mana, and reduced spell casting cost, critical strike multiplier. Necrotic damage didn't do me any good. I may be able to craft with that. Sell. Buy. In the early game, buying the Shattering Runes is a good idea. That way, if you get an item that has a couple of affixes, but the item's not great for you, you can shatter it, get the affixes, and use the affixes to craft with. In my case, because I've been playing for so long, so many different times, I have a lot of affixes in reasonable amounts, 50 to as much as like 200. But a lot of them I have just like 3, 1, or none of. Spell damage, lightning damage. I will compare and contrast. This one needs to go into the savings box. Pretty sure I've already got one. Last Bear's Lament. Oh, Bear. Why is Bear sad? Yeah, I already got one. Let's see. 1342.56. 1342.56. This one is slightly... it's got less health regen. I think that's probably better, so we'll sell this one.
Yes.
Ward on kill, int, freeze rate multiplier, and lightning resistance. It's not bad. Cast speed, spell crit, endurance, and necrotic resistance. Better. Are they better than that? 3 spell damage, increase crit, 2 int, 6 fire resist. I'm going to go ahead and go with this one. Again, I'm not familiar enough with the mechanics to be able to make sure that all of those decisions I'm making, when it's, do I want this or that, are the right ones. I'm sticking with that for now. The elemental damage leech to his health is really freaking good. Is that a new hat? Armor and mana? And a couple of resists? No. What I've got is better, thank you. Okay. Physical resistance, fire resistance, poison resistance, minion damage, physical resistance. It's not bad, but it doesn't float my boat, so to speak. Let's see. This has 515, and we've got spell lightning. Increased elemental, critical strike chance to chill. It's not bad, but no. Nope. Alright, that one's got 14 spell damage. That's got 11 spell damage. Critical strike multiplier. You can try re-rolling something off. Lightning damage. Let's see what we can do with the crafting on the new one here. We don't need necrotic damage. So we're going to Glyph of Chaos it, which will re-roll it at a higher tier and random affix. Elemental? Cold? Cast speed's fine. I'm good with cast speed. Let's see. Additional chill chance. Blind is probably pretty good. Chance to blind on hit. Freeze rate multiplier. Freeze rate multiplier wouldn't be bad. Let's get rid of that. We've got 20 forging potential. We still have 20 forging potential. How about another crit strike multi? We got a crit, so we got an extra bonus one on the freeze rate multiplier for free with that. Alright, that one took 8 of our potential. So critical multi is up to 15% cast speed is pretty solid. We're going to use that. As cast speed, I don't want to say it's not necessarily a significantly limiting thing for us now, but faster would be better.
Follow your feet.
In the words of Dr. Malcolm. Faster, faster, faster would be better. Alright, back to the Temple of Iterra. Note, there is a dungeon here. We have not gotten a key for it in this playthrough. It's also higher level. And my attempts have not been successful to date. I haven't tried it again in quite a while. First couple times I tried it, there were mechanics I wasn't understanding about the dungeon. Because this is a game I come back to usually for patches.
This place has seen such sorrow.
stuff that, you know, I just haven't dug into very deeply because, well, I've been doing other stuff. I play for a bit. I'll play something else, come back when there's a new nice and big map patch. Be interesting, we should be getting close. I think they're aiming for a release this year. We have one more mastery to go. Mastery from sort of the rogue class, rogue/archer class, thief class, whatever. Can't remember what it actually is called, the major class. But the new mastery will be Falconer, which I don't know much about. I know they've talked about some. I don't know how much. Spiteful, bloated husk of tenacity. Well, the spiteful, bloated husk certainly applies to me. Have another level. Tenacity, not so much. Blighted, bloated, spiteful husk, definitely. All you guys stop spitting stuff at me. It's nasty. Did your mom ever teach any freaking manners? I need to do that. Ooh, that was a big, like, wall of ice. Nice. I now have an allied ice beetle. Jealous, aren't you? Yeah, I figured. Who wouldn't be?
Have you come to make me wrong?
Abyssal Fiend. Ah, the rotating beams of death. So more mana regen will be good to get. More base mana as well. Yeah, as long as I'm generating ward by every couple of casts, lobbing in an invocation, I'm generating a lot of ward. Into the lotus halls we go. All rare enemies have a chance to drop a dungeon key. I was just reading what it was saying. Wow, that's a whole bunch of crafting mats. The Lotus Halls, and then the Sanctum Bastille. So we run down here and they tell us, nope, you need to find Dongle A and Dongle B. Resist. I had to do it. Stop dropping things I actually want to pick up. Getting in my way. Yeah, more ward. A little hard on the beaver last night, Ward. Old joke. Old joke. They've really outdone themselves with the number of new sort of spell effects they've created. That's apparently there are 40 different combos you can use, so that's a lot. Turns out, 40, big number. Cold damage is converted to lightning. No, I'm already want to keeping it at cold. Over here we've got frostbite. Oh, that's right, I want to do more frostbite. More cold dotting. Just leave everybody behind then. Anything else there I want to pick up? Yeah, the birch wand. If I had a movement skill on a shorter cooldown, I would be using that. Come on, everyone come play. Crap, another one of those axes. That's more axe than I need, I think. I'm pretty sure. It's possible the drop rate on that one maybe a little bit, you know, elevated. It's new, we want everyone to play with it, so hey. Fools. Alright, here's Dongle A. Which, for reasons, we have to go back in time to collect. I think they did. Yes, I did. So, because it's way faster, we go home and then back to the Temple of Terra. But first of all, we of course will go through our stuff. We'll go through our fat loot. Spoiler.
Yes.
Loot not guaranteed fat. Armor and increased mana regen on both of those. Int mana necrotic isn't bad, but the 30% more elemental damage and the 6.7% leached as health on crit. Although the crit's not that great. I'm not sure. Well, I'm critting a reasonable amount. Cast speed, fizz resist. Oh, no, increased physical poison and necrotic. Cast speed. Better cast speed. Critical strike chance to necrotic. Chance to ignite. Yeah, keep that one. 4 potion slots. Necrotic and minion damage. Care to guess 2 types of damage I don't do? Spoiler. Minion. Necrotic. Poison damage. Increased elemental damage. 14 spell and elemental. That's pretty good. I'm going to check that one. 15 spell, lightning, and damage over time, and chance to ignite. 11 melee lightning, melee cold. Me no lay. Me no lay in a long, long time. That's a joke, of course. Clearly, I'm getting lots of action. 8% chance to gain 20 mana when you directly cast Rune Bolt or Fireball. Well, I don't have access to Rune Bolt yet. I'm not using Fireball. But I will shatter that because later on the 8% chance to gain 20 mana when you directly cast a Rune Bolt could be good. Don't know. Increase Void, increase Lightning. No. LA damage, mana, cold resist. Maybe. Currently 15 ward per second, 17 ward per second, plus an additional 8 ward per second. Increase spell, increase lightning. Sold. We'll shatter this puppy and see if we can't get 2 tiers worth of chance to gain. That would be nice. We got 1. Pretty good. Actually got a lot of shards out of that, so that was a good result. The unexpected 3rd Taste of Blood now really makes me want to roll up a new character, as I want to triple wield axes. Because that's a thing you can do in the game. Right? Devs? Help me out here. So we got spell damage, elemental damage, chance to shock on hits, not bad, but Glyph of Hope, elemental damage. Yep, we're almost out. Neither of these can be raised until I get to level 27. So right now, for instance, Frostclaw doing 435, 466, slight improvement. Ooh, we give up the freeze rate multiplier, though. I like the freeze rate multiplier. And the cast speed. I'm going to stick with this for now. I will hold on to the other one. And back to Etera, Temple thereof. The Lotus Halls, to be exact. We've gotten the first dongle. We now need to get the second dongle. That's another level for me. For whatever reason, I seem to sing my levels. Not quite sure why. I think it's probably because I'm mental. We've got a shrine. Increased XP on kill. Hi guys, would you mind giving me up some extra XP? I'm sure you won't. Explode! Explode! I don't think it exploded. Critical strike chance. 100% critical strike chance is in fact a good critical strike chance. It's the critical strike chance you wish you had. Shimmering, eviscerating copper amulet of hope and something else. Ah, rotate. Rotate. Sit and rotate, you punks. Wand of sleet and stillness. Sounds cold. I like cold stuff. Sure, I'll grab that. Abyssal Ursine Brass Amulet of Conflagration. Something to do with fire, I'm going to guess. Call me crazy. Done this in the past where I basically just ran by everything to get to the entryway and then hoped that I had time enough to go in. Deal with anything that was waiting for me. And once again, to town via the town portal. I think I'll play on through to the end of the act, which is coming up. We've got the two dongles. The two dongles will get us where we need to go. 16 spell damage, no. Freeze rate multiplier, cold resistance, mono, lightning resistance. Cast speed's nice. Poison damage, not so much. That's not a thing we do a lot. We mostly deal with elements. And freeze rate multiplier and health. Sure. Drop some stats to get that. No. See, a +3 spell cold damage and a 42% chance to apply frostbite with cold skills. I like that second bit a lot. We'll see if I like the outcome a lot. So, the
Yes.
items I am unenthused about. Really, when you click on her, you shouldn't be shop and leave. Why would I click on her if I didn't want to shop? This should just open up the shop immediately. There should be no other option there. You just immediately go straight into the shop. So I gotta say, I don't understand why that one exists. Another point over here. Was I going here? I was going there. Damage in the area. More splodies. Give me more splodies. Yeah, that one. Back to the Lotus Halls, and we're heading to the Sanctum Bastille. Now that we've got the 2 dongles, we can make the techno-magical bridge appear. It looks techno-magical. I mean, it's got, you know, chains moving, and so it's sort of like a chainsaw stair. It's not. It's. You'll see. Hi, guys. Come over and say hi. They said hi, and I said bye. Ha ha ha. Evil laugh. There's 1, 2, and here it comes. See, it just looks mechanical, but it's more mechanical than anything in this world has a right to be, so techno-mechanical. That was a nice bits of splody. I like the amount of splody we got out of that. I know I made a build out of the Elemental Nova before. So it's a spell I'm familiar with. I'm like, ooh, Affix Shards. Me likey. Bye. It also, although I have not implemented it, obviously, it has a very, very strong filter, loot filter, built into the game. Very strong, very straightforward to use. Game runs faster while channeling. Deals more damage multiplicative. That's a straight multiplier. We'll go with that. That seems good. I managed to miss that guy with my first 4 shots. Again, you gotta lead him. However, once they're frozen up, you can take your time. Toxic silver ring. Sounds like it does increased poison damage. And we're heading into the last fight for the first act, first chapter, whatever you want to call it, of the game. Spoiler! Not really. Maybe a little. Not really. that's going to blow up and hit him hard. It didn't. Don't know why. Thought it was going to blow up and hit him hard. I screwed that up. That one's on me. Oh, we got him too, right there. Oh, come on, man. Whites and blues and some crafty mats? Come on. I've reached out, and now the end of time. I do like the visual of whether it's the galactic core or the local sun, apparently in black hole-ish state. I think upstairs. Yeah, upstairs. Dude, we gotta talk to. And I'll be calling an end to the stream there. We managed to make it from literally our first casting of magic with the Runemaster, or Roondood, to finishing out the first chapter of Stuff.
I believe we have identified when the void began. Centuries we believe the Epoch seek out the outcast queen, leader of the living rebels, and show her.
Okay, we'll do that another time. I'm gonna tidy up my inventory and stuff. I expect I'll be back tomorrow at my usual time of 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Probably for more of this, I think. The only other possibility would be Torchlight Immortal, which also had a big patch today. Their new season launched. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed the game when I played it, I don't know, 4 months, 6 months ago, something like that. So the new season has piqued my interest. I will install that and futz around with a little. I'll be back with either that or more likely this tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I want to thank you guys very, very much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. It matters to me. I'm untouched. I'm also a mite touched. Similar, but not quite the same. So I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. I hope the rest of your Thursday night goes great. I hope your Friday goes really quickly to get you into a kick-ass weekend. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great night tonight. Take care. And ciao for now. Good night, guys.